Right. I've started the stream. I hope you guys are ready for a new shadow drop of Halo. And by the way, it is definitely shadow dropped, as you can tell, with no prior knowledge. So if you're at home or if you're at work, I guess it kind of doesn't matter. As you'll find out, that's kind of the theme about today's video, today's live stream. And after a very awful attempt at trying to stream on Twitch, we ended up here instead, which I think is probably the better place for me to be. So, um, let me go ahead and regale you with a tale. There is a gentleman by the name of Bring Halo Back, and he's one of a kind, I'll say that. And as you can see from the title, Halo 3 PC surprise release rant, and boy howdy, is it a rant of just multiple magnitudes. So this video, I watched it a little bit yesterday, and people in the Discord, which by the way you should join, they got to see this video for themselves, and this is a oh my god, it's gonna be quite awful. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and start it.
Alrighty, so I actually just woke up. I played a couple hours of Halo 3 PC last night, and so far I'm really enjoying the game. Shot registration was phenomenal for me. I was actually mind blown by some of the shots I was able to hit across the map. I'm sure other people are experiencing some incidents of bad shot registration. Like
Yeah, this doesn't ultimately matter. Just by the way, this doesn't really matter to the main argument that he's going to bring up. By the way, bring Halo back. It's great.
There was a few times where I had some questionable things happen, but my overall experience was pretty good. And I'm going to be doing like a full review type video of Halo 3 on PC at a later date, and probably later this week.
I don't think that that's really going to help him. Thank you, Matt Beast Yeti. Just coming off of one of the best NECRO Twitch streams ever. I am so I can't even today. I can't even think about the Twitch stream. It was gonna be a slapper, and then they were like, "Oh no, please don't spoil the game for other people." But how in the world am I supposed to have fun? Just kidding. But thank you for the 20 Canadian dollary dues. I really appreciate it. This video is just you'll see.
But this video, this is just gonna be me bitching.
he sure is correct.
Yeah, that's all this is gonna be. So I can understand if you don't want to watch it.
No, we're gonna watch it, and you guys are gonna see something very good happen. You're gonna see a man with no mental capacity argue and complain about how Halo released at a time that he wasn't okay with, and that you're the problem. You guys are ruining the video game. It's interesting.
But yeah, I gotta kind of rant about this. I have to, man, because for those of you who don't know,
no one does know. He's gonna fill us in.
Shadow dropped Halo 3 on PC last night, and some people were frustrated by this.
By the way, no one was frustrated by the shadow drop of Halo 3, and I'll get into the thing that we already know, but we'll let him continue.
Changed the date and time that they're releasing the game, and shadow dropped it. And yeah, some people are frustrated, myself included. And like, let's just put this into perspective. So they announce back.
By the way, this guy is really great at telling stories, as you can tell.
In March of 2019, that MCC is coming to PC. That they're gonna roll the games out one by one, right? And as soon as they announced that in March of 2019, over a year ago, I said to myself, okay, when Halo 3 comes out, I'm taking off work and I'm grinding this game all day.
Yeah, that's a bad thing to do. I used to do that when I was a young person, but I've since I can't even really get time to play a game, and as we've seen tonight, I can't really play any video games because everything is ruined. But this guy is saying that he took time off or wanted to take time off of work so that way he could grind on this game that's been out for 13 years. Yeah, it's been a long time since Halo came out. So if you look back on like a Wikipedia page or something, Halo 3 originally came out in 2007. So a game that came out 13 years ago, he wants to take time off to play. Now, it did release earlier for the Xbox One. It was riddled with issues because 343 doesn't know about servers yet, and you weren't able to actually play the game. And now when it comes out on PC, a game, again, that's already been released 2 separate times, he has a problem with it because he wanted to take time off of work for it.
That's what I'm thinking to myself, right? Just like any game that you want to take off work to play when it releases.
Usually people know what they're getting in for, and the game releases around midnight, which is going to become very relevant later on.
Halo 3, that was my game. And that's my pride and joy.
Okay, by the way, I'm going to look like a little bit of an asshole here, but I checked his achievements yesterday as we were sitting around and we were looking through, things and fallacies in the story, whatever, and he didn't play Halo 3 when it launched. It's surprising, I know, but he played Halo 3 back in 2013. That's not 2007. He got to it a whole 6 years later and said that this is his game. Why?
I'm taking off work and I'm gonna play this game as soon as it drops. And other people had similar plans. Well, we don't get a date that they are releasing Halo 3 on PC
Until
7 days before.
That is ample amounts of time for you to request time off of work. You can request time off of your job if your job is fairly nice to get around with. Usually a week notice is a long time. And if you're really trying to push the limit, you could say maybe 3 days before. But for intents and purposes, we'll just say a week. A week that he didn't know that you could do the thing. By the way, it's terribly cropped. Don't yell at me. But Halo 3 is coming to the Master Chief Collection on July 14th. And it's even right here on their official YouTube page. They premiered the video, and they even have the date right here. So he is perfectly aware that this is coming out on the 14th. And if I were to use my big brain thinking power, then I would have requested that day off for the 14th, and there would never have been an issue. And depending what his schedule is, I don't know if he works night shift, I don't think that he does because he's awake in the middle of the day, then that means that he would not have missed anything from my own calculations. But just listen.
Till 7 days before. We don't get the time the game is dropping.
By the way, the game is dropping on Steam and on the Microsoft Store. And I'm pretty sure if you go to the Microsoft Store, you can check it. It usually gives you a time and says it's going to be launching at this time. And usually games, if it's on the 14th, it'll be at midnight. But since game releases are a little bit different now, I think if you go to like GameStop or something, then you'll see that you can pick up a game at like 10 p.m. And that's going to be important in this next part as well, because he's going to bring up the time.
Until like 4 days before. And then like 12 hours before the time that they give us that the game's going to drop, they change it and they shadow drop the game right then and there.
The shadow dropped the game. I think that's probably one of my new favorite terms is shadow dropped. It's so stupid. But so he's upset because a company released the game at the time that it releases, because it's still released on the 14th. In fact, I would say that it released right on time. But again, he's going to find something to complain about.
Now, when I expressed my frustrations with this, with them shadow dropping the game and not being able to stick to a set date and time, I was met with a lot of comments along the lines of, oh, you're mad they're releasing it early? How could you be mad they're releasing it early? Oh, you always got to find something to complain about.
Yeah, I would agree that that's probably a thing that was said, and with good cause. Um, so Mad Beast, you gotta stop. Thank you for the Canadian $5. Wouldn't a diehard fan pre-order? Well, that's the thing. The game, when you buy the Master Chief Collection, it essentially already lets you download the game. So it downloads the thing, but as you saw on our wonderful Twitch stream, you have to install it separately. But it's a patch that gets sent out to your Master Chief Collection. So because they're releasing it one by one instead of all together, you have to download each part separately. So that means when the patch dropped, he was there at his computer, and then he said, "Oh well, the game's not out yet." But Steam gives you the option to update it. I don't get this.
Arash, I'll link his channel in the description. He was met with similar comments.
Because people are smart individuals, but you're not going to hear him bring that up.
And in the official Halo Discord, he said, stuff like this is seriously pathetic for a major company. I don't know why it is so hard to give us release dates and stick to them.
Okay, now let me remind you again. This game came out 13 years ago, and then the remaster, this Master Chief Collection, came out. I think back when the Xbox One launched, just about, so 2014, 2015. So about 5 years ago. He has played Halo 3 before, back in 2013. So it's not like he was really going to invest that much time in it, but that's really not even the argument at hand here. The thing is that he thinks that a company needs to stick to a release date and time, which they do. And the problem is that they did. They stuck to the 14th. And he's going to explain the times. He'll explain it. But then he starts doing this Discord thing, which, by the way, if you're going to a Discord of any official video game, don't do this. Don't do what Arash or Bring Halo Back did, because this is gonna get you it's gonna get you laughed at.
Yeah, I mean that is just, how could you? I agree, 100%. And then people are like, "Oh, are you serious?" And Arash says 100%. So you're literally complaining about a company releasing a game early? And
yeah, the game released, as he's gonna say, he's gonna tell you the times, but they released it on time. I promise you.
Arash says, yeah, some people make plans around set dates and times companies give them. It's not hard to stick to the times you tell people. 100%.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself, buddy. So, the game released, as he's going to put it, 12 hours early. The game released 12 hours early. I know you can't, I can't physically do the air quotes, but you see my point. So, 12 hours early, and this guy acts like his entire experience is tainted. He can no longer play the game the way that he wants to because the filthy plebs got a hold of it, because it dropped unexpectedly on the same day. You couldn't make this video up if you tried.
He is not wrong at all.
By the way, he is completely wrong.
This guy, so it's a bad thing they release it 12 hours early? Alright, cool.
Facts. This guy, he's an actual hero, an actual champion.
Yes, it's a terrible fucking thing. And then you got...
Why is it a terrible thing, though? BHB, why is it a... I can't believe this is actually a real video. If you were wondering what the ratio was, I'll show it to you. It is not very good. I promise you.
Snickerdoodle says, at Arash in the Discord, and says, okay, hang on, we'll just roll it back for everyone and tell them it was because you were mad.
What a hero. What a champion. I couldn't have said it better myself. So this guy really wants everything on demand, like Darks to Fill, because of what happened to him yesterday. But this guy really wants the game tailored to his schedule, not to everyone else's. And even if the game did release 12 hours early, that's not really preventing him from playing the game. It's really not. He can still play it. He can download the patch. He can still play it. Everyone's there online. Trust me, I don't think his experience will be tainted by a lack of players. I highly doubt that that'll be the case.
How the fuck can people not understand that you would be frustrated with them releasing the game unexpected like this?
Because it's a video game. Like, what do you want to happen?
They give us the release date 7 days before. They give us the release time 4 days before, and then they fucking change it and just drop it right then and there.
They didn't just... They didn't drop it right then and there. There's literally... It's fine. Trust me. He'll say the time when we get there.
You don't understand how people could be frustrated by that? People take off of work. They plan for this shit.
If you're planning... Okay. Let me go ahead and step back and be a boomer for a second. So, if you're planning your entire life and taking off of work for a video game, your priorities are a little weird. Now, I've done it before, like I said, but nowadays, especially for a game that is 13 years old, you don't have to try that hard. The game is still gonna be there. It's literally a game you could go play on the 360 or the Xbox One, which, by the way, he has a console. It's with a name like Halo... Bring Halo back. I don't... He could just go play the games, but he's wanting to play it on PC and then I guess dominate? Question mark. It sounds like a really big-brained way of trying to legitimize this argument.
Because they want to play the game right when it drops. You don't understand?
No, I don't.
How people wouldn't like them releasing the game unexpectedly early?
It wasn't unexpected. It literally launched on the day.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And then there were even more brain dead replies on...
Brain dead replies? What he means is actual kings in the chat.
This tweet Arash put out saying apparently H3 is out. I don't know why 343 has a dying hatred of actually sticking to release times. And you have people saying, why is this a bad thing? You could still play it at whatever time you planned, but others can begin playing it now.
Actual king, by the way. If you find real Mr. Chef, make sure you give him a high five and a like, because he's spot on accurate. And also the guy below him, Courteous Soul.
First off, that's not the point. You want to play. You plan to play the game right when it drops.
But it's a 13-year-old game.
Right, you want to play it right when it drops. Some people want to grind it from the time it drops all through the night.
Okay, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the achievements for Halo Master Chief Collection, if you played them on the Xbox One, all of those achievements pretty much move over to Steam. So if you've already completed the campaign and gotten all of the skulls stuff, if you ever did that, and I think even your rank for certain games, like if you played them on the Xbox One version, they essentially just move over with you in the game, right? For the PC version. The only thing that doesn't is like your actual game saves, like if you played the campaign on Legendary and you haven't finished it or something. So what the hell is this grinding shit that he's talking about? You're gonna play just the multiplayer. He was just talking about it.
And this, because they like finding something to cry about. 343 gives us Season 2 update early in Halo 3 on PC, and it's bad? Question mark?
Yeah, I agree. This is why you should always gatekeep your hobbies, friends.
How is releasing a game earlier than intended shady? Literally no one loses in this. No one loses in this situation?
Who loses? If Bring Halo Back is such a genius, how do people lose from them releasing the game early? And like I said, air quotes, but they didn't release it early. But how does he lose as a consumer? They didn't delay the game and say, oh, well, sorry, we can't bring it out on the 14th. We're going to have to delay it a whole nother day to make sure the servers work. I would be a little mad about that, if anything, but the game's out.
What? Imagine being mad that one of the most anticipated Halo games on PC released early.
God, I love fucking Twitter. Twitter is a weird love-hate relationship. Like, you love to see it, but at the same time, it's actual pain that you have to physically sit through.
These people, oh,
These people, by the way.
I don't understand it. I mean, completely brain dead.
Brain. Oh my god. Everyone's brain dead because you get to play your favorite video game early. And other people get to play with you. Amazing.
Nobody understands how you could be frustrated that something released early?
No. I would be pretty pumped if, like, I don't know, let's use Call of Duty as an example. If Call of Duty dropped early, let's just say this year, and they were like, okay, it comes out on November 4th or something, and it comes out on November 3rd, I'd be pretty fucking happy. Now, remind you, I really don't play Call of Duty like that anymore. But if I did, I'd be pretty pumped about it. I don't know what this new one's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be quite the experience.
And there was plenty of other unintelligent comments, but I just...
Unintelligent comments telling him that you shouldn't be crying about a game releasing early. Great.
I don't have time to go through them all.
This video's 15 minutes. He doesn't have time to go through every one of those comments, but all he's gonna do is just wrap back around to complaining about a game coming out early.
But let me put it like this, for those of you who don't understand how releasing something early and changing the date and time unexpectedly could be a bad thing.
Okay, if you guys were wondering where the actual bad part of the video, besides his constant complaining is, it's right here at this part. So, if you really want to know where the bad shit happens, it's here. It's this part. So if you don't want to ruin your brain, I would probably just put this on mute because this dude's about to get really fucking stupid. But I'm gonna play the entire thing so that way I'm not mincing his words and stopping him in the middle. But just be ready.
So let's say you plan a week-long vacation for you and your family. You plan a cruise, okay? And there's a set date and a set time that you're gonna board the cruise. Okay? And let's say the terminal where you got to go to board the cruise is like 3 hours away, right? And it's the night before. Tomorrow, you're going to the terminal, you're boarding the cruise, and there you go, right? It's the night before, you have all your shit packed, you're ready to go to sleep, you're going to wake up early, get to the terminal 2 hours before boarding, and yeah, that's the plan, right? And then all of a sudden, the cruise line comes out and says, we're boarding now. We're boarding right now. Oh, that's a good thing because it's early. Oh, it's early. That's a good thing.
This is... Yeah. Oh my god. I can't. I really can't. My brain broke. The analogy is so fucking... The analogy's so bad. Okay, so... Oh, geez. First of all, a video game company is much different from a cruise liner. It's literally a different thing. If the cruise liner does something to the times that they've specified on your ticket, then they can get sued for that. But if it's a fucking video game like Halo and it comes out 12 hours early, does he really lose from this? It's a video game. You can always play the video game. You can't always go on that cruise that you've already paid for. I can't with this entire video, because this is the point I think I probably wanted to just Roblox oof myself.
You're 3 hours away from the terminal. You plan to be there on time, but they unexpectedly, without warning, just changed it and said, "Hey, we're boarding now."
Yeah, if they do that, they get sued. Then they have to take it up with you, and if they don't fix it, then yeah, there's... Why is this a thing?
You don't That's a good thing?
Yeah, releasing a video game is much different. Like, why is he trying to make this comparison? In fact, I don't think I've seen anybody ever try to make this comparison about a video game and traveling. If something's not on time and it's a video game, I don't think that people, if it's early, I don't think they really care. But if it's a cruise liner, then they have to accommodate you by that standard. They can replace your ticket, they can refund you, or they can do something. But if they don't, then that's legal stuff.
Some people, man, the stupidity. I cannot stand stupidity. And
Okay, I wasn't really planning to try to laugh at him for being an actual smooth brain. Oh, you guys want the uninstall?
Uninstall! It's just, stupidity is so common in the world today.
Oh god. It keeps getting worse with each sentence.
It is. Like, I feel like there's a bunch of people. Like,
I can't. This dude's making me laugh too bad. I'm actually starting to cry. I'm laughing so hard. What is this fucking video?
like, I feel like you could tell somebody 2 + 2 = 4, and people just sit there and deny it. Nah.
Where in the world do people say that 2 + 2 isn't 4? Halo guy.
It's 5. It's 5. You could prove to them it's 4, but now they're just gonna sit there. It's 5. Nope, it's 5. They won't have it any other way. It's 5.
Then they would. They'd be branded as not smart. I can't say the actual word. They'd be actual wheelchair symbol because it's scientifically proven. God damn it!
Even though you have proof, you could back it up. No, it's 4. Here, I'll show you. It's 4. Nope, 5.
But how does that relate to Halo being released 12 hours early again?
People are ignorant and fucking stupid as shit.
Oh, okay. All right. Slow down in a second here. Let me go let me scroll down for a bit. Because he put out this. Allow me to read it to you. So many of you completely missed the point of this video, which was that it's understandable why not everyone would be excited about the early release of Halo 3 PC. The like/dislike ratio just further validates there are a lot of morons in the Halo community. This dude really got no likes on this from 6 hours ago. I just... How are you this unaware? How are you this person right now?
Now, I get it. If you were sitting here at your PC and just bored as shit and thinking to yourself, man, I really wish it was tomorrow. I want to play Halo 3 PC right now. And then 343 comes out and says, oh, we're dropping it now. Yay. Yeah, I understand being happy. Cool, fine. But to not understand how some people would be frustrated with this is so absurd.
So everybody has to work the same schedule as you? I mean, that's really what this is coming down to, I guess, right? So he's angry because other people get to play the game before him, but he wants to play it first. He wants to filter out the filthy casuals. But it's... How do you become a person like this? So you can literally play the game as soon as you leave work. Let's say that he already has the time off from the 14th to whenever. Let's just put it for today, the 14th to the 18th. He's like, okay, this is enough time for me to do enough work, and it doesn't burn up all my vacation time. He has the 13th that he works, and let's say he works till about, we'll say about 5 o'clock or so. So he works until 5. That means he has enough time to sleep or get a snack or something, and then he could just play his video game at 10 o'clock, which it releases at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and he could have played the game all night long. But instead he chose to come here onto a YouTube video that he already knew was going to catch shit and decided to shame people for actually having a life outside of waiting for a video game. Because again, he can still play the game. It's still here. All he has to do is just update it as soon as he leaves work.
Like, some people were busy. They cleared their schedule for a certain date and time when this game was supposed to drop.
Okay, I'll clear the schedule for, I'll make sure I release the game for all the people that are, across the country. A weird boomer segment that I'm going to drop on you right now is, I remember when I used to buy iPhones a lot. I know it's weird to say, but I used to buy like iPhones and have them shipped to my house. And I was like, man, there's a lot of people on these forums complaining about going on holiday and they're never going to be able to get their phones. Why does this happen so often? And then I became that person because I had to work like a grown adult. And then I was like, oh, that's why it happens. This dude literally has reverted to a like 15-year-old level.
Because they want to play it right when it releases. And without warning, they just changed the date and time. If they had, like, they had to have known there was a possibility they were going to change the time. And, like, they couldn't have at least warned us? Like...
Why do they have to warn you, though? Like, I get the game came out early. I'm sorry you missed the very first match of Halo 3 on PC, but, you know, other people had the game early. Spoiler alert, he was angry that other people got Halo 3 on PC early. Even though he's been making Halo-related content for years. But, this is him. This is the guy.
Actually, I seen several 343 devs on Twitter liking and retweeting posts talking about the game launching on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Well,
this is where it becomes important. Remember the times as he's telling you.
It would have been 1 p.m. for me, my time, 10 Pacific.
10 Pacific. And he's thinking this is on the 14th. So the day that it dropped was on the 14th, right? He was thinking the middle of the day, 1 p.m. his time. Now, he says it released 12 hours early. It didn't, because that would make... sorry, if you're not familiar with the time zones, let me put this into perspective. Here in the great state of California, we're on Pacific Standard Time. If you live on the other side of the country, like in Florida or New York, you're on Eastern Standard Time, which is about a 3-hour difference. So right now in Central Standard Time, it's 2 hours. So one for him is probably somewhere further out, whatever. But he said 10 Pacific Time, so it would have been 10 a.m. So 12 hours before that would have made it 10 p.m. And because of the way that the time zones cascade, 10 p.m. is the time that you would release your game on the 13th to then make it the 14th for everybody on the East Coast, so no one gets left out. So that's why this is important.
But yeah, I saw 343 employees on Twitter retweeting and liking posts that said that. Oh, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Like, a couple hours before they shadow dropped the fucking game.
Couple of hours? Whatever.
What?
Man, these devs, they don't get it. I want to play the game early.
Yet again, incompetent as fuck.
This whole video is one man on a mission to make sure that you understand that he's angry that he didn't get to play the game.
I need a different word. I need a different word, because I'm getting tired of saying incompetent when talking about fucking 343, man.
343 has done a lot of bad shit. Let me be very clear. When the Halo Master Chief Collection first dropped on the Xbox One, the servers were so fucked you couldn't play any game on them. Like, I don't even know if you could do anything multiplayer-wise. You could even do co-op with your friends or whatever it was. So the only thing that you could do was just play the single player, and obviously you don't... I mean, I guess people probably buy Halo for the single player. I'm not a Halo fanatic like my man here. But when you couldn't play the game, 343 was pretty much cursed into oblivion. And even when Halo 5 came out, that game was met with very critical reception. The game itself was just not good. The marketing was all over the place. It was really bad. So, yeah, 343 deserves the hate that it gets when it does something wrong. But releasing a game early, which technically wasn't early, because even by his own admission, they didn't do anything wrong and they don't deserve the hate.
And you know, another thing which doesn't really apply to myself, because I'm all over the place with my YouTube channel and the videos I upload, and
yeah, this one's very out of character. By the way, this one's so out of character, this is the worst video that he's had, and there's a couple of bad videos.
I'm always late to getting certain videos out, so this doesn't really affect me, because like I said, I don't know, I'm so unorganized. But
we could tell, buddy.
There's some content creators out there who wanted to make videos on Halo 3 PC right when it dropped, about Season 2, or the new Skull, the challenges, all kinds of things. Well, first off, plenty of people already beat them to it, because they got early access to the game.
Okay, so what about those people? If everybody got early access to the game, then why can't everybody, according to his logic, because other people have to work too. I had to work. Why don't I get to play the game early for early access? Why can't I do those things? Oh, that's right, because it's not me being an entitled man baby.
But now they get this random, unexpected release time for the game, which they might not have been prepared for.
Why would they not be prepared for it? They're Halo YouTubers. If they know the general idea, again, they would have taken time off in the appropriate way. That's not really the game's fault.
Might have been at work, so they may not have been at home at their setup ready to make videos when 343 unexpectedly announced, hey, the game's live right now.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. I'm taking it into my big brain here, but isn't everyone stuck at home because of Corona for the most part? If anything, these people aren't even out and about. They're at home because they work from home now. So where the fuck is this argument coming from?
Like, again, that doesn't apply to me because, like, I'm always late. I take my time on getting my videos out, so...
So wait, if he's always late, then why is he yelling at them for releasing a game early?
Everyone beats me to certain videos anyway. Like...
Oh my god.
Like, if there's an MCC dev blog, everyone and their mom's gonna have a video out before me. That's just the way it is, and I don't really care, but...
Listen to this guy explain how on top of shit he is, but then how he's late to everything.
To other people, this really affects them. 343.
Oh, who does it affect?
Never do this again.
Wait, who does it affect? Like, if the game comes out early, who does it affect? The people that work night shift? Sure, it affects those people.
Stick to a set date and time, right? And let us know a good amount of time in advance of what that date and time are. I don't understand why people can't comprehend how someone could be frustrated that they released the game unexpectedly early.
Well, we've been already all over the time zones. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. So, technically it never released early. It released on the 14th. So, if he really wants to be really nitpicky about it, it did release on the 14th. This argument's for nothing then.
It's common sense why someone would be frustrated about this. And I was frustrated to begin with.
Oh, yeah, we could tell.
With how long it took them to give us an actual confirmed date and time the game was coming out.
Well, does he not realize that coronavirus is a thing? I'll probably be demonetized, who cares? Does he not realize that the pandemic is a thing? So they can't, just go into the studio and start working on it and say, hey, we're going to have it out on March 3rd. Or, it's a little too early, but you get my point. They can't just go into the studio and make the game. They have to work remotely. So I would say that them sticking to the time that they did is actually pretty noble.
Right? And I wanted to take off work, and I did. But 2 weeks, like a little over a week in advance, before July 14th, I was at work talking to my boss. I'm like, is it cool if I take off a day next week? He's like, yeah, sure. Just let me know ahead of time.
A day next week, so on the 14th.
What day do you need off? And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what time I need off because
No, you didn't say time. You said date. He asked you what day you need off. This guy's arguments all over the goddamn place. I don't even know what's happening.
3 won't fucking tell me what time I need off because
they don't need to tell you a time. They need to tell you a day.
I knew the game was coming out. Well, first I didn't know the game was coming out July 14th.
It's literally right fucking here. God damn it.
I didn't know. We didn't know that until like 7 days before.
I'm trying to follow the logic here as this plays.
But even after I knew that, then it was like, okay, well, what time is it coming off?
Okay, no, don't do that. Don't change this argument to time now. Jesus Christ.
What time is it coming out? I work a 9 to 5. So
9 to 5. So again, our assumption, he works 9 to 5. You need the 14th off. This has nothing to do with this video now. This is literally, you got enough time. You had the 14th requested. And the game dropped at what time again? 10 p.m. because it was a full 12 hours early.
So I was, if the game came out the same time Halo 2 launched on PC, I would have been home from work.
But
and I would have just taken off Wednesday, because then I would have had a full day to play.
But that's all you had to do now.
But if it was coming out in the middle of the day and I was at work, well, then I would have to take off Tuesday.
But, okay, okay, chat, hang on. So Tuesday is the day that he had to take off.
Okay. I want to play it right when it drops. And then we finally found out it was 1 o'clock, so I ended up taking off Tuesday.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he probably looked at the time and said, oh, 1 a.m. and not 1 p.m.? Maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here.
And I say 1 o'clock because that's what time it was for me, because I'm Eastern time, but people in the West, it was 10 Pacific. But yeah, even though I was off work on Tuesday, I still...
So he was off work the day that it dropped, which means that Monday he worked his 9 to 5, was off work, and then wanted to make this video to complain.
Still wasn't prepared for them to shadow drop the game, especially when they're liking and retweeting posts that are saying, oh, the game's coming out tomorrow at 1. Like, what? A lot of people weren't ready for this.
But that's not 343's job to know your work schedule, dude.
People say, oh, you could still play it at the time you took off work and the time you planned to play it. Yeah, that's not a problem. People want to play it right when it drops and grind the game.
You don't really get anything for grinding Halo, do you? Call me old-fashioned, but I don't think you really get anything special for playing Halo other than I don't know, a thing, an emblem for your character, or something. I don't fucking know.
Like, that is a thing. You want to play it right when it drops. If you can't comprehend that, you're a moron.
If you can't understand why my baby rage won't let me not get this through my head, then you're the idiot. You, yes, you. Amazing.
So that's going to just about do it for this video. That's the end of my rant. I know this ain't going to be a big issue going forward. This was just annoying the night they unexpectedly dropped the game. But yeah, I just had to make this video because it really had me fucking pissed off. March of 2019, I say to myself, man, I'm going to take off. I'm going to be playing this game as soon as it drops. I'm going to clear my schedule, grind it through the night, and...
But you were off the Tuesday that it came out, so you didn't... He was sitting at his computer, dude.
He just dropped it unexpectedly. I wasn't prepared, wasn't ready. I was busy. A lot of other people were too. And they fucked us. And this isn't like just a normal, like I get games shadow drop. I understand that.
Games don't... Okay, can we stop using the word shadow drop? That's like not even a thing. That's not a thing. Games don't shadow drop. They come out at a release time and date. And even if we wanted to make the assumption that a game was shadow dropped, then, I mean, the game came out on time, as we have duly noted here. The game came out as it was intended to. Steam updated, the Windows Store updated. What is this 15 minutes?
But that's not what this was. They waited so long to give us the date of when it's coming out.
I don't think I've ever seen a video about a video game where this is ever an issue.
Waited even longer to give us the time, and then they change it. But not only do they change it, they drop it right then and there. So no time to prepare, even though they changed the date and time last minute. It's fucking frustrating, man.
Him and the A-Rash guy are the only two people I have legitimately seen be angry about them not having time off of work to play a video game. And this again was right here 4 days ago. Amazing.
Again, if you were someone sitting at your computer had nothing to do, you just wanted to play Halo 3 PC, and then you found out they're dropping it right now, yeah, I understand why you would be excited.
But you were. According to you, your 9 to 5 job, you were sitting at your computer the night that it dropped.
Right? I'm see, I understand why people would like this. I get it. I can comprehend why people are happy that they released the game early. I can comprehend that. But how come there's people that can't comprehend why people would be frustrated?
Because
Holy shit. Fucking morons.
fucking morons, guys. You guys aren't mad with me that a game released early? You're a fucking idiot.
Absolute fucking brain dead idiots. I'm done.
He's done, guys.
I'm done!
Yeah, I've been really enjoying Halo 3 PC so far. It's been pretty good. Shot Reg feels great. And
But why does that matter? Everyone else played the game before you, though.
looks good. I like the BR sound and everything. So far, so good. So I'll be doing like a review kind of video probably later this week in a couple days or something like that. And yeah, that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go play some more Halo 3 PC right now. So
But that doesn't matter because everyone else played it before you, though. Remember the people, the idiots that sat at their computer for hours and got to play it early while you I don't know.
yeah. Goodbye.
Okay, I actually thought I was really bad at ending videos, but that's it. That's the video. As I said, his channel doesn't it doesn't really do that well. And it's not like a me being a content creator myself, but just you have to trust me on this. The entire channel is literally this. Oh boy. He's a Halo YouTuber. Why does this fucking matter? Jeez. He might actually be a GameStop employee. There's no other way that he's not. But you see, like, this is him. This is his video of thing. And a lot of these videos are not very highly rated. He's someone that wanted to complain about Halo releasing, or as he puts it, shadow dropping early, so that way he could make this video. Now, to be fair, I think it's probably his most viewed video, but not for the reason that he probably wants it to be. But what can you really do in this case? So, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here. Let me pull up the good old Steam part here, which, by the way, it did install all of my my Halo myself because things were happening. But here's what it should look like. When you go into the game, you can kind of tell like when it updates. Yeah, by the way, we couldn't play this on Twitch, so don't yell at me. But when you go and update your Halo Master Chief Collection, it'll do it. Yeah, like you see all these people that have like all of these achievements. I think it moves your achievements over. Because I did get some when I started it up, and it was only like the 5 that I have. Which right here. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I am not the person to ask. But yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't fucking matter. The game came out on time, and then we had this guy doing the thing. I am a weeb, don't yell at me. Yeah, it does if you link an old Xbox account, which is, if you add me on the Xbox, it's the same name. It's still NECRO 13, which is where I got it from. I can't play Halo now, but we'll probably make a stream out of it when everything is not broken. But I figured that this would be worth a good YouTube stream if you guys haven't already. I do stream at least right now, I stream every Thursday where we watch bad videos, specifically of the video game variety. And, you know, sometimes there'll be some Minecraft in there. We're officially a Minecraft Twitch streamer now. And everything's going great. So with that being said, I don't want to keep you guys up too late. I know in certain parts of the world, you don't want to be just sitting at your keyboard, at your computer bored while you wait for a Call of Duty or Halo to update. So I may just end it here. By the way, thank you, Mad Beast Yeti, for the Canadian $25 that says, always fun. Love the content coming out now that you full time. Also, good recovery from the tech problems tonight. Yeah, I don't want to think about those too much. It's it really hurt my feelings, but don't worry, we'll recover from it. And uh, I do want to play Death Come True. I just got to find out if it's still safe to stream. I saw other people streaming it on Twitch, and they didn't seem to have a problem. But I also don't want to be an asshole and stream it anyways, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, yeah, do the 5 because they're shutting our shit down over here in the great state of California. I believe that they're also shutting it down in a couple of other parts of the country, so make sure you guys stay safe and don't get the Rona. Don't get the pandemic. And we'll continue with another stream at some other time.